Welcome everybody, it's Evelyn. I have two of the new reads from the Pocket Tarot of the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit decks. But it's more of a tarot deck as opposed to the Animal Spirit deck that I usually use, which doesn't have any markers on it, it's just the animals. And then I have two of those reads today, which were really, it's been very different energy coming through for me, so I really enjoyed reading them. And then the main read on the table. But I first wanted to show you some pictures from last night. I was watching the series Ultimatum on Netflix last night, and it led to a huge purge for me. It was a really hard cry, and I'm not sure exactly what it was that they were going through that triggered me, but obviously something in the show triggered me. Yeah, it was. I hadn't had a purge like that in quite a bit, and then I ended up taking a shower, and then when I got out of the shower, I took a bunch of pictures of the mirror. And so I wanted to share some of the pictures that came out because they were pretty cool. And that ended up processing those pictures like till 5:30 this morning. And then I slept for 5 hours after that. So it's been a kind of a strange night because I still feel kind of, you know how you feel like after you cry. So, but I feel fine. It's just that physical feeling you feel, it takes me kind of a day after. It's like drinking, after you have a really good cry, it takes a day to recover. So in case you're going through something, it's not just you. There's a lot of deep stuff coming up, like I said yesterday, because we have the crucifixion, not only the war that's actually going on right now, the crucifixion and the tax day energies that are all coming up. And some more energies might come up with the pictures that I show you. They're all really beautiful pictures, but there may be something in there that you spot that may be significant to you. So again, these were pictures from me getting out of the shower of the mirror, okay? And this is actually a picture of me in the mirror. Okay. So there's going to be most of them are really cool. There's like a masked energy right here. I just thought that was really a cool composition. Let's see if I can get that a little more focused. Yeah, so there's that mask again. If there's anything you really like, if you'd like me to send it to you, I'd be glad to. This is a composition of my towels in the mirror, which I thought was really pretty. This one is, you can see it looks like someone looking at you, like there's their eye looking straight at you, which will come up in some of the other pictures, but I thought it was really cool because my thumb got incorporated into the picture, into this being over here. So it was really cool. So there they are again. And this one I call confessional, because you see this person's on this side of the door and this person's on this side of the door. And this one, it feels like a white rose down the middle here in the light. And again, there's that confessional energy of beings. Like this looks like a shaman deer being. And over here, more of a light spirit. Let's look at it. Yeah, it looks like a light spirit where their face is up here looking straight through like the confessional type of energy here. So there's a lot of that energy coming up. This is the bride for me. It's a bride spirit that came through, and it was facing this energy. I don't know if you can notice it, but it looks like a Dick Tracy hat type of thing. And those two were together. So literally this is the Dick Tracy over here with the bride over here. Okay, so that was an interesting kind of reflection. And for those of you who love cats, there was this beautiful cat type of energy coming up here. And just some random, artistic work that was coming up. I really like this with the gold and white. And what was this one? Oh, this is the spirits. This is I don't know if you can see her, but she's like a bride spirit. You see how she's got like a cone type of headdress on, and her face is down a little bit here, and she's kind of bending forward with her dress at the end here. So there's a spirit here and on this side. So they're literally communing with each other. It has a very Mother Mary energy to it. And then so again, just some artistic work here. And I really love the energy of this. And it looks like a tree type of energy for me, but I'd love to hear what you guys think as well, what you get from these things. And this I love. So check the Indian energy in a bathtub, but look how it goes, because it's a bigger picture. So there he is, and that's kind of like the chariot racer as well. And then here is the whole picture of that Indian energy, which I just love. I think it's such a cool picture. Okay, so again, that's that half of that picture. And this looks like a snowy landscape, right, on a winter day with the fence right here. But look how it looks like the road got bent up from the storm. How cool is that? And this is a self-portrait. So you can see my aura literally coming off the top of my head. And again, some more interesting energies here. Oh, so this is a being. And you remember how I told you about the, it's like the knots in your belly. Okay, so if you were to imagine I explained this to you too, that I was in a session and I was getting the knotted energy lines within the belly, or the solar plexus where you feel nervous, and they were smoothing all of the energy lines out there like an octopus, like smoothing their legs all down in one stream. And that was the same energy I was getting here, that this is the person or being who's smoothing out these energy lines. And I don't know if you can notice in this picture, but there's literally an E up here, which you can, is it this picture? You can see it. I have other ones. I think that you can see it better. So again, the rose pictures here. I think they're at the end. And this, you could literally look like a sheep or a lamb face peeking through a mirror there. Okay, and then again, this is a self-portrait energy, and look how the flame is. It's right in front of my face. It's really cool. Okay, so you can see a vertical there. So it's literally right in front of my face as I'm taking the picture in the mirror. Okay, and what I want to show you about when they were smoothing the energy lines out. Oh yeah, in this picture you can definitely see, so you can see the person more in this picture, smoothing out these energy lines that are all kind of discombobulated, but there's an E right here, and you can really see that E here in this picture. But again, there's the person like smoothing out all these lines. So I loved that because it really represented the energy inside the solar plexus that needs to get untangled, so to speak. So I might use some of those pictures too to post with. But yeah, if there's anything that you're interested in or you want to comment on, please let me know. I'd love to hear your opinion. And so here we have the dice for the day. Today is 4-9, and 4 and 9 are really good numbers for me. We have the 4 of it's April, of course, but that's the Emperor energy, and the 9 of the Hermit, right? It's kind of like the control and the lack of control of the Hermit going within, controlling without and controlling within. So let's see what the dice have to say for you guys. For the Twin Flames, this April 9th, it's a sunny day out. It's not really warm. It's a little chilly still, and the sun keeps going in and out, but it's really sunny right now. So thank you for helping bring the sun out. All right, so for the dice, all right, we have Sagittarius here. Okay, and Sagittarius definitely was coming up in my reads today. And we have Mercury here, so a lot of communications. That's also Virgo and Gemini. And then we have number 12 again, which I think was up yesterday. And again, the 12 is the Hanging Man, which is typically Pisces, but I always see it as Capricorn, but also 12 is Capricorn and Sag. So we have Capricorn and Sagittarius, as well as Pisces and Virgo and Gemini with Mercury there. A lot of communication, the arrows of love, and again, completions with the 12 and wisdom, seeing new perspectives. Yeah, there's a lot of mutable energy there. Because Pisces is mutable, Virgo is mutable, and Gemini is mutable, and Sag is mutable. I have all 4. Is it 4? Yeah, 4 mutables. You have all 4. So that's a lot of change, right? Because they're the runners, they're the messengers, they're the go-betweens. They're the most changeable of all the signs, and they're all up today. Wow, that's pretty profound. So there's major changes going on. This first read I have. And again, this is that Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. Okay, so this is the first read. I did 2 of them with this, and it's just a story that reads from the underlying energy going across, and I dealt them the way the cards were coming out. So there's a story from each little pile. And so here was that first story. And these were both from today. And go ahead and take a couple deep breaths if you need to. Let it all out. Relax your shoulders. I'm sending lots of love to you guys, as always. Thank you so much for joining me. I have this read that I woke up at the 51 to 52, which is the King and Queen of Swords. And I felt kind of numb, right? I had only slept about 5 hours after having been up all night doing those pictures, and then after, having a big cry. So, and there may be energy about not being listened to, or that no one will ever truly hear my story, that kind of thing, right? Because no one in the twin flame community really wants to hear the story. They want to see that you're not the victim, but you are human beings and you are allowed to express yourself. So allow yourself to express yourself. There are no rules about being you because you're not the other person, right? So let's, for example, someone who may overexpress in general because they're trying to overcompensate and it wasn't really them, maybe they need to express less. But someone who's really introverted may need to learn to express more because that's really more of their true self. So there's no set rules here. It's all about you, your own independence, your authenticity of you, and then that dynamic between you and your twin. So, and that's different for every twin couple. So we have this read was done at 11:48 to 49 this morning, and 48 and 49 are the 8 of Cups of walking away within, and then the 49 of getting your wish by doing that, right? Walking away when it doesn't serve you, in order to go within and reconnect with your higher self. So we have the underlying energy here of the King of Cups upright and the Knight of Wands upright right away as the underlying energy. So very positive energy of the King of Cups being very much in control of his emotions and being very generous and loving, fatherly type energy, as well as the Knight of Wands, which is that momentum to go forward. And they're both looking in the same direction forward. But the first card out is the Judgment card, the wake-up call to rise and be free. The big bird here leads the little birds up to the sky. The eagle and the osprey, the ospreys were coming up here again. That came up yesterday in my read. The ospreys being, of course, much smaller than the eagles, like the big bird, and then the smaller ones that they're leading them on how to do certain things. The swan and snake are led to follow this magnificent bird at 12 on the dot there. A lot of zeros, backing up the 12 of wisdom and seeing new perspectives. And that 12th hour is the final hour. So the magnificent bird at that final hour, after a sudden event, epiphany, or perhaps energetic exchange or sexual exchange with the King of Wands, lightning struck home. So whatever was being hidden here in the underlying energies, a deception came out, a lie, a split, a divide. 2 strikes that already hit. After the Emperor reversed, the Temperance reversed, the Devil card upright, and the Hierophant reversed, and the Hierophant looks like they were hit by lightning specifically, that went right through them. And then the Ace of Wands upright of that passion, and the Fool reversed, with the 7 of Swords reversed and the Moon reversed. So there's the energies of Aries reversed, Sag reversed, Taurus reversed, as well as Cancer reversed there. And Capricorn is the only one upright here. So there may be some kind of new passion or creativity here, some kind of new growth, sexual exchange, or someone's embarrassed or feeling foolish and coming clean with or about their hidden swords of deception and lies. 2 strikes after the Hierophant reverse was hit hard, the wounded warrior taking steps to break up or broke down, which, I broke down last night. This can be a break in, a break out, or a breakthrough as well. Feeling stuck regarding movement or travel issues as the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands move forward towards the wake-up call, towards the light, an announcement, a final judgment, or the final steps to end a cycle. After a sudden event with the King of Wands had 2 strikes against him, now the 3rd strike comes in, and as you all know, you're out. As Aquarius is upright and Scorpio reversed, and the 4 of Pentacles may be very practical saving, right? Being very grounded and holding on to rejection, though, with the Page of Cups reversed, who may just be vulnerable and shy, or perhaps a young child who may be crying or crying like a baby, or a pet here who's vulnerable. And the Knight of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, who may be unwise and ungrounded. They could be 2 older kids or young adults up to no good, or maybe they're paralyzed by their thoughts and unable to function. Or the King of Wands may be with a baby to save for, or shy and vulnerable, or spoiled and entitled. And 2 knights or sons or daughters may be acting obstinate or resistant, lashing out and or holding their tongues but feeling some kind of way. Or the King of Wands is feeling rejected by their kids, or vice versa perhaps at 12-17. The Hanging Man or hanging out with the star of the 17 or healing, or the healer, due to a lack of money or funds or worth. Perhaps they're feeling rejected by the other. Maybe the kid's not, because you cut them off financially, they're not going to love you anymore. Or vice versa, where the kids feel rejected by the parent and the parent feeling rejected by the kids, right? Both because of what you feel worth is to yourself. So the Nine of Cups reversed may be self-dissatisfaction or being unhappy with oneself, or perhaps being unhappy just being alone, or Pisces or Divine Feminine, or just not wanting to be alone as the cycle completes at 12-18, which is hanging out with the Hanging Man, seeing new perspectives, but the 18 is about the moon and romance. Perhaps, it's springtime. It's the time when you naturally feel a yearning towards that. Perhaps emotionally unable to face that brand new world, as the Knight of Cups is upright here in that position to be love or offer love, awake and being love. And we have all four knights out here with 2 upright and 2 reversed, fire and water upright with passion and love going well, but thoughts of the material world and maybe in a negative place, or stuck for the words to say. As the Knight of Cups upright heads towards the 10 of Cups reversed with the 10 of Pentacles upright, right? That's big. The 10 of Cups reversed with the 10 of Pentacles upright. It's like the Capulets and the Montagues here, where the emotional family is in a negative place, but the practical financial family is in a very positive place. There could be great lack of emotional fulfillment here, or an end to an emotional cycle of unhappiness, despite the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community of abundance, where money cannot buy love. Or 2 families butting heads here, whether it's the immediate family and the extended family, or your family and the in-laws, right? Whatever it is, the Montagues and the Capulets, the emotional life versus the practical life, and the needing to balance them here, to perhaps spend some of that 10 of Pentacles money on people or things that you love to do. With Batman being a night owl here, and awake to the Hermit, the 2 cards here were so cute coming out because they both look like they're bundled up. Or hiding in a shell during the light of day. Or both the Bat and Turtle are all cozied up. Here, let me show you this picture, because this is the line of the twins right here. This middle line here is definitely the twin energy, okay? This is the vulnerable child being practical here. Here is the Bat all wrapped up in his little swaddles there, and here's the turtle hiding in their shell, but they need a little lantern there, whereas the Bat naturally is awake at night, right, because they're nocturnal. And then you have the Lovers reverse and the 2 of Cups upright, which is that twin flame combination. So perhaps they're wrapped up in their blankies, right, in different places, in different perspectives, right, 2 sides of the same coin. There could be sleeping bags involved here as well, or shells, or teepees, or rest stops, or finding solace in the dark at 12:30 with the Hanging Man and the Union. Or home. This could be finding solace in the dark, perhaps with friends who like to peek out at night, as Capricorn's reversed and Virgo upright, and a horse with no name, sad with no energy, a watery or teary-eyed Sagittarius perhaps, with the 5 of Cups grieving loss, regret, guilt, shame, and the horse with no name. What's Mr. Ed without their reputation? Depressed lovers out in the cold, the fallen star, and the wilted flower or rose. In exile, injured, ill, or destitute, feeling left behind, or no blossom and no shine, never stood a chance. No one sees their light or recognizes their potential, as spring is late this year and false starts are weighing heavily upon them and you at 12:38, which is the Hanging Man and the Queen of Cups. So imbalance, debt, scams, not sharing, or not feeling charitable, the inequity of others having taken too much, clinging to the old cycle of no joy, bad influences, drinking too much, staying out all night, overindulgence, but also social distancing and antisocial behavior, third-party interference, or clinging to third party instead of sharing, death, end, dark night and transformation with friends or family, not feeling that they could understand or do anything to make it better. At 12:44, the Hanging Man and the Four of Cups of grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, or being seen as boredom or apathy. And then we have the Lovers reversed with the Two of Cups upright, the two who belong together in the process of diving. The eagles dive as the geese are returning after having gone south for the winter, missing that one-on-one time, the romance, the two roses, or after the War of the Roses, the breakups and the exes versus a need for affection in the eighth dance with your twin or between the sexes, or after lovers exchange a need to break bread with a glass of wine, or whatever that you plan on filling that water that you plan on filling with your intoxicating energy. The Queen of Cups reversed, feeling conflicted and emotional with a need to shift thoughts and perspectives. With Aquarius, Scorpio, and Gemini all reversed right here, perhaps the Queen of Cups is reversed and the Page of Cups are reversed. They could be mother and daughter, both feeling very emotional. Maybe they're very much alike. Perhaps both midway through a cycle with 5 and 4, respectively. And the King of Cups upright, very motivated and doing well by putting their fire energy within forward, not their Scorpio side at this moment. In Aries, bringing out your inner fire, expressing water may be depleting now, as fire can be overwhelming, and the final two cards in this read were 8 reversed and 8 upright of the 88 dance. The 8 of Pentacles reversed, the 8 of Wands upright. Done honing your skills, overworking, or leaving a job or a practical situation, as passionate exchange comes in out of the blue with news, changes, clarity in an unresolved situation perhaps hearing from an old friend or surprising news that shifts your course, or literal movement, communication, or travel back and forth. And of course, energetic exchange and the arrows of love, l'amour, and perhaps now trading the hard work in for some passion in exchange here. So we have the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands all upright here, the Page of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles reversed as well. The Knight of Cups is upright, but the Queen of Cups is reversed, and the Capulets are reversed versus the Montagues who are upright. The Bats and Turtles are both hermiting as families warring don't want their love to happen, so there's very much that Romeo and Juliet energy there. And then the patterns that were coming up is 1 night, 2 days, and then 1 night again, which can be the 3 days, right, of the rising here. I was getting 1 night, 2 days, and then 1 night again, and this was at 107, the Magician and the Chariot. And I was getting the energy of the number 2. If you draw the spiral, like the Phi spiral, the crystal spiral, it's more of the Phi spiral though, because the Phi spiral, the bottom lands centered under the beginning of the line. But in the crystal spiral, it lands more in the middle of the circle. It actually lands before the original start point. So this is coming up as the Phi spiral along with the infinity at the bottom. That's the number 2. The spiral and then the infinity symbol at the bottom. So you can draw that and check it out. But it's like this. It was coming up like this. Okay, so there's the number 2, and then here's that reflecting with the F clef here, like in music. And so the F and G clefs were coming up, those symbols, as well as the chakra, in the way that the hearts come together and the spirals come together. The heart was coming up more as the Phi energy because, like I said, they start at the same point as they end. But the crystal spiral ends before its start point, which is like the middle, like the chakra. Very interesting the way that was coming up. And I'll probably do some drawings around that to show you. So right after I wrote the 1 night, 2 days, and 1 night, or perhaps the 3 days of rising, I was getting, it's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. So that was coming up. And then the logarithm to the base of 2, of poetry and song. In the read, we had 10 reversed and 10 upright, as well as that 8 reversed and 8 upright, as well as the the Hanging Man reversed with the Hermit upright. So there was very much this reflection of duality and learning to merge those two dualities to the middle. The Night Owl and then burning the candle at one end, the Lover reversed and the 2 of Cups upright, and the energy of the kids with dreams dashed, but the parents and powers that be with polarities being reconciled, them learning how to do this so then they can pass it down to other people as well as their own children. Perhaps normally energetic and inspired horse is sad, but the normally loving, kind swan may be defensive and emotional. Perhaps Sagittarius and Cancer reversed, both coming up in that way in this read. So the Knight of Cups is upright in a wake-up call, seeing their inequity, perhaps clinginess, and yet unwillingness to come together or socialize, as the King of Wands strikes out with warring factions. The twin flames holding on and vulnerable, hiding out without affection, but with connection. And the Knight of Swords reversed with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, grieving loss or regret, perhaps in a fight with the Queen of Cups reversed, or their foiled reputation. Unhappy with self, though all is right with the world, or the world of abundance with emotional dissatisfaction or dissatisfied factions, losing hope, or just too little too late, or trading in now that Eight of Pentacles for that Eight of Wands, charged by Ben Franklin here with that lightning strike. The lightning hits the clock tower at -8 + 8, or in other words, 0-point field, and there was light and resonance, lightning and thunder, drop and roll, hit and screamed, birthed and cried, the rebel yell heard round the world, not this time, nor this space. Welcome to the new human pace at 151, which is the Magician and the King of Swords. Okay, so now we have message number 2 from the Pocket Tarot is here. Same order. It starts at the top with the underlying energies, and then it goes on as a story. Okay, so this one was done at 2:00. I put it down at 2:02 to 2:04, which a lot of 2s are coming up here, again with that Phi spiral, or the Fibonacci sequence spiral, and then the infinity at the bottom of the 2, and then 2 to 4, which is the High Priestess and the Emperor, and leaving space between here, between 2 High Priestesses, or the Emperor and the High Priestess. The underlying energy is the battle of the lovebirds, or conflicted about the lovebirds, or perhaps the battle of the sexes at present, but holding on, saving while detoxing the chaos of life without becoming too controlling on the other end. The romance of 2 evergreens covered in snow. At 2:10, where a helicopter came really close overhead, which is the High Priestess and a turn for the better, or destined here in that high vibration, the sudden energetic exchange hits home as death becomes her, or in other words, transitions to the next dimension. Finally letting go of and self-love, new love, with vulnerable Bambi and ungrounded Papa. What does Bambi call her dad? But definitely that energy of Bambi and their father there. They're both reversed though, the vulnerable Bambi and their ungrounded Papa, with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed, perhaps a newborn and suddenly their tip is knocked off, or perhaps they just got circumcised, or their crown blasted open between the love of a Page of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, or love struck them twice, both in need of help. And so again, this could be a father, welcoming a new child to the world with a lot of love there, but ungrounded at the same time. This can be a father and their child, both being struck by love at the same time, or their crowns both blasting open at the same time. This can also be the King of Pentacles and his own inner child as Bambi, that vulnerability, after chaos of the Virgo full moon, with April Fools and the twin flame energetic exchange, working to end things once and for all, where big love can be ungrounding to the Page of Pentacles and King of Pentacles suddenly, or with a sudden event or epiphany or sexual exchange, or unusual bonding between father and child, or father and son specifically. With the Page of Cups upright, or a message of love, which can be puppy love too, offering time, money, and effort, or a big opportunity or new life that causes verbal sparring or the war within at 221, which is the High Priestess and the World, or very much Pisces energy there. So at 221, and then going into room 222, which is the guidance counselor show, again the mediation of 1-to-1, and again the 2 of the feminine, the High Priestess and duality, the 22 of the Fool's Journey, of that open heart taking a leap of faith, going into the triple twos of love, family and community, and that higher realm of compassion, right, for the community, not just of your home and family, but extending out further. So we have the Judgment card reversed here with the need to swallow, someone needs to swallow their pride, or perhaps make an announcement of separation, or disappointment, heartbreak, or perhaps dealing with a parent with Alzheimer's, or your own over-isolation, or going insane, feeling like you're going crazy, or coming out to the Queen of Cups, with the Queen of Cups pointing their finger back at you, demanding they come out of their shell at 226, which is the High Priestess and the Page of Wands, very excited, or, that's a kid who's very daring there, or someone daring you to come out of your shell, your room, or your house, right? Perhaps when you haven't done that in a while. With the Seven of Pentacles reversed, implementing a plan to invest in ridding self of pain now that the worst is over, or investing in bliss, right? Also self-help there. With that dissatisfaction of self emotionally and wanting to be happy with self, to be the star of your own life, or a need to let go of arrogance to protect one's heart. The workplace now is stable, as being shown here, now that the Empress has their sun, which can be sunshine in the sky, but again, the Emperor who needs the sun to take over the empire, recovering from emotional loss, regret, guilt, or shame to get back in the saddle and giddy up again. No news, good news here, or feeling a failure in need of victory, rising against all odds, or under the radar with the Ten of Cups upright and the Ten of Wands upright, with emotional satisfaction that requires too much work, or Atlas, or the family's happiness is your burden, a slave to their happiness. It's like, no, all the happiness goes to them and none for yourself. Or when holding things in, maybe you're putting on weight. Too much of a good thing, or too much responsibility, weight, or working out too much or too hard and perhaps hurting yourself, or won't allow yourself to be happy unless you're accomplished according to others' standards. Very important there, because you don't have to do a thing to be successful. Okay. At 237, which is the High Priestess and the King of Cups. Or no one knows but you are really happy that you're done finally with all of this mess. The sun is out of this I was reading into it, but it's the song. The sun is out, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. So the White Album's coming up here a lot. Won't you come out to play? So sun and fun, world travel, full exposure around the world, or Leo and Pisces, or the son and the daughter, the Six of Cups, fond memories, or loving children or childhood, or soulmates or your twin flame, past life mates or children, and surrendering to the High Priestess in that 5D connection, perhaps with rest or on a break or meditation, or the quiet before the storm, the sleep before fighting another day, with no fear here. And there was peace across the land at 244 with the High Priestess and the 44 of grounding, integrating, and mastering, the receiving of love, a rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Temptation looms, valuing dark over light, night over day, too many choices or confusion of what's right and wrong, presently hoarding the good energy that you found, protecting it. Perhaps you've always relied, though, on two others outside of yourself to keep that good energy going, instead of relying on yourself, taking advantage of your own gifts instead of taking advantage of other people's gifts. And that can be just depending on your parents or depending on two friends, and not, right, always asking them, what's your opinion, instead of knowing your own opinion, and feeling defenseless to the flame. But it's time to stand up and know your name, own your flame. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed with the King of Swords reversed next to the Two of Wands, which is the twin flame energy. The energy of the Knight of Pentacles, unable to function or being stubborn, and the King of Swords reversed, refusing to speak his truth. And yet the Two of Wands reveals a direction that is chosen, and both are headed in that same direction at 255, the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords, Excalibur, or the X is Caliber. Okay, and then we have 256, which is the Two of Swords, of being your knowing, right? And keeping your energy clear, or are you pretending not to know, to not dealing with something and yet lying to yourself? There's a need for the whole truth here of a missed opportunity, or being bored, grounding, and integrating, whether or not to receive that love, or split and in need of help or a place to go to ground and integrate. And we have the King of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community of abundance at 3 o'clock on the nose. A lot of zeros backing up the 3 of abundance, the Empress and Gaia, Terra, Earth. And no affection or breakup here with Taurus reversed, or marriage, religion, establishment, or weak in need of courage or health, and destined to be the fallen angel, right? When in a breakup, there's always someone waiting for the other to do it, or perhaps forcing the other person's hand to do it so they don't have to look like the bad guy. And that's coming up here. Being destined to be the fallen angel, perhaps losing patience or temper, with Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Sag reversed here, but Libra is upright, along with the Wheel of Fortune. So there's that read for you. And now we have the twin flame read on the table. What time is it? 36 on the dot. All right. All right, so this was cut and dealt at 609. 609 is actually the area code for New Jersey. There's the read, the 7-deck read. We have the 6 of Cups in the middle of the read, since you can't see the base deck very well here. And the Emperor's the challenge. And we'll get to that as we go through the read. But the deck was cut at 609, which is 6 with space between the 6 and the 9, which, remember, the 6 and the 9 come together to create the lock and key, right? The 6 and 9 come together to make the 8, which is the lock, and the 7 is the key to open that lock. It's the pod, which is like the portal, right? The two-eyed portal, the push and pull of the quantum energy of the twin flame. At 619 to 20, which is coming up as the Sun, but then the 62 of the imprisonment of the 8 of Swords, the height of orbs was coming up here. Excuse me, or the hit of orbs. So again, the lightning striking is coming up big here. And the height of orbs, of the height of thoughts, right? Really getting to you and causing those purges. The thoughts and words, the blind men and orphans, blinded by the light. And again, the orphan leaving home or losing their parents, right? Feeling all alone in this world. And then RBS was coming up again, which is that run, not run base hits, but that run base and slam it out of the park. We finished clarifying here at 636, which is the Lovers and the 10 of Wands, the Atlas energy of the weight of the world. And the major arcana here is Reason, which is the Emperor, the Lovers and the Shadow, which is the Devil. Before the read, Reflection of the Hermit and Alchemy of the Temperance card came up. And after the read, Starseed of the Fool and Higher Self of the High Priestess came up. There was 4 Pentacles, 2 Cups, and 2 Swords. There were no wands in the main cards, so 422 is coming up. Why is that significant to me? I can't think of it. But it's also bringing up the Emperor of the 4, the 22 of the Fool's Journey, as well as the 42 of the 2 of Cups and the 2 of the High Priestess. We have the Page of Pentacles as the main player in the read, along with the 9 of Pentacles, the Sovereign. Those could be siblings there too. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles before the read with the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Cups after the read. We had double 6s and double 10s in the read, so the Queen of Pentacles and that high vibe of the 10-10. And 5 and dime was coming up as well. So some of you might be hitting a 5 and dime, maybe you're in a town that you're not usually in, and you hit the 5 and dime there. But that's coming up, as well as the number 1 of the Magician. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the whole second half, all in one shot. From the Queen of Pentacles to that 10-10 of a really high vibration. Which, remember, in the other read, 2 10s came up together as well. 2 endings. Getting it done and over with, like, quickly. And then the 610 coming up, which is an area code for Pennsylvania. So I just brought up New Jersey and Pennsylvania. 610 is also the 0 behind 61, which is taking that risk card. And we also have 4, 5, 6 here. 4, 5, 6 pick up sticks. but also the 45E60, which is the state of manifestation instantly. And then I was getting the 5 and dime again. So keep it clean there and simple. Yeah. We also have 14 of the Temperance card. And 67 of the Knight of Pentacles. And 910 begin again, again, again. Every time you expand, come back to the center, your heart, in the present moment. The code line here is all about moderation and change, coming up as mode and rations and cha, or the cha-cha, and then NGE, which can mean, where did that come up? The NGE was like leisure time, an opportunity, a person, a scorpion was coming up here too. So I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so the code line was all about moderation and change. And the number on the code line, we had 6 and 10. So 16's coming up. Make sure that was correct. Yeah, 6 and 10. So 16 as well as 610, that area code came up. So again, it's also 610 is the reflection of 16, the 61 of risk and the 16 of the tower, reflecting each other. So, and perhaps it takes a tower to cause you to take that risk, right? It takes a big event to make you to get your butt going. It's that same kind of energy, you know, just like when my water heater broke. So the message here is to have fever or an ache. I got fever, so that's coming up. To have fever or an ache, to seeketh or source the lovers, the 6 of love, family, community, or the Sophia, divine feminine collective, expanding and contracting at the mid-moon, which is now, the reason or the emperor, to correct, serve, or hear perhaps, or earn, any, or perhaps dealing with the northeast, or a northern extension perhaps, or northern energies, right? Like in Frosty, that northern wind coming in. And then the ration of writing for leisure time, an opportunity with a person or scorpion, small little eyes and face. So again, that could be children or pets. But again, a scorpion could sneak up on somebody, whether that's an actual scorpion or a Scorpio. And then the mode of the cha, which can be tea, but it also can be the cha-cha, the dance. But also to come, to rise, to eat, to weep and cry, to rise to the occasion, with 4 and 6 of the Emperor and the Lovers, and also to be, with that energy also comes up the Father, the Dude, I, me, and you, to dawn, but also to fear at the same time, to be warm and say, perhaps the number 4 of stability, of survival, right? There always comes a time when there is a need for survival. And that's also the Emperor. And seeketh the lovers, reflecting the Emperor's reasoning or practical side of logic, right? In an emergency situation of staying level-headed, and that high vibe energy of the old mother, or indulgence here, or indulging them perhaps, or having to take care of your parents. To say, or perhaps write an essay, or perhaps an essay as a test. The 4 here came up multiple times. To see or seek, toggling to the left, which is the feminine, or at the right angle, just at the right angle. The family, the lovers, reflecting the reason or the emperor, that high vibe sense of the beaver building the dam, right? It's not just about their practical and basic person and they just like to build, but they have a talent for building the dam. They have a sense, they have a channeling connection on how to build a dam. It's not just seeing them as doing something simple. Everyone who does something really well, they do it because they channel that energy. So the beavers coming up is building that dam because they love to do it. So that's what they do. The sharp, destined predecessor. So again, there's that emperor's son coming up, the need for the son or someone to take over their legacy, the need to have a legacy, which is not necessary. You're here to live your light and not to prove anything to anyone. And if you leave a legacy, it's okay, but that doesn't mean you need to leave a legacy, right? Not everybody's the same way. Some people like to be out in the spotlight. Some people thrive on being on the inside. So we have the Page of Pentacles reversed here, and below it, the Queen of Pentacles reversed the Four of Pentacles upright, Reflection upright, the Knight of Swords reversed, and Alchemy reversed. The Queen of Pentacles reversed here with the Divine Masculine's heart in the Bat Cave. And again, there's that energy of the bat in the Bat Cave with the turtle in their shell, which very much can represent Cancer energy as well, like the crab. And they're dumping, I think they're dumping a fish tank across the street right now, these two guys. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is reversed and the Divine Masculine's heart in the Bat Cave, reflecting the Knight of Swords reversed, who may not be sending their 5D message, or perhaps holding their tongue or lashing out, not patient or losing their temper here. The Page of Pentacles reversed may be a missed opportunity, or a child or inner child in need of help, with the Six of Cups upright, that loving inner child connection seeking the truth to heal the heart of the Queen of Swords, talking the Knight of Swords off the ledge, needing help with children or pets or the past in a split, while the Queen of Swords upright and the Knight of Swords reversed perhaps hash it out. So perhaps someone to take the kids aside or the pets aside while you guys can deal with each other, and don't push each other over the edge at 8 o'clock, which is the double zeros of Source energy, backing up the dance of the 8. Whether that's being strong inside or out, or manifesting dreams, or doing the dance between the masculine and feminine side to side. Oh, and the name Gabriel came up yesterday, and the Fool's Journey. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So it's 8 o'clock on the nose. Resting on break. And then this a new series came up on Netflix, and I didn't watch a lot of it because I went to bed. It was just 444, The Angelic Realms. But I watched it at the first show. Oh God, it was difficult. You know, first the show starts out of this as this, you know, loving family, mom, dad, regular kids in their day-to-day life. And, you know, all of a sudden tragedy hits. So it's kind of that feeling. That's probably what got me started last night. But resting on break here, and beneath that, the underlying energy of the Chariot reversed, the King of Swords upright, the Ten of Wands reversed, the Five of Pentacles upright, the Hanging Man upright, and the Four of Cups reversed. Perhaps stuck, blocked, as the King of Swords is upright, confessing, being out in the cold, or dumping their burdens, responsibilities, or a load, or hanging out to start over with the Page of Pentacles reversed. Perhaps blocked or locked out of work, hanging out or hung out to dry, or injured and cold, but still with one lucky boot left on to start over. Perhaps someone here is an amputee, and this could be someone too with diabetes and perhaps had to have something amputated. And that could be military as well, but really anything. But the amputee was coming up here, which I don't know if that's ever come up for me before, but it is here. But it can be about feeling left hung out to dry. But, you know, but still finding a reason to go on, or discharged with no place to go, right? Someone discharged from the hospital with no place to go. Perhaps someone screwed you over, or someone took your home away and left you, you know, in a hospital. Actually, I met someone a long time ago, you know, years ago in a read, who actually said who she had been with left her when she was in the hospital. Literally out to dry, and like took off all their stuff and money, I guess. So it's that kind of energy. And then the Queen of Pentacles reversed, withholding or saving, or doesn't want to share with the Emperor, perhaps with an advisor shedding light on starting over again. The Emperor with their feet wrapped, so again diabetes can be coming up here, or perhaps with their silver boots on, and the Hermit hanging a lantern and irritated that there's snow on the ground or something white. What is that? Or curtains are open to gray skies. Loving yourself first, and beneath that honeymoon, with third party and the Queen of Swords upright, reflecting the man in the mirror in a passionate exchange with twin flame or daydreaming as if she were there in the chair with him, pinpointing the right elbow issues and DNA perhaps combinations or similarities, perhaps inflammation of the elbow. It's like a tennis elbow coming up here, but it's coming up with the right arm. Or this could be a similar DNA trait, or imagining or imaging under a tree where there's a tree house upstairs, the eagle's nest, after playing footsie under the table at dinner. So it's like imagining how your relationship would play out. The Achilles elbow as opposed to the heel, where apples don't fall far from the tree, and love doves are in the bird feeder here, and bare feet as much as possible, if you please. With perseverance number 4 and adventure number 55, the adventure in finding the truth and persevering and just not giving up overall. With the workplace manipulation with the twin flame hermit reversed, or Gemini or Virgo reversed, and another Virgo reversed with Pisces reversed and the world reversed. For the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords both reversed, perhaps Virgo and Gemini here, where the bunny or Pisces, or perhaps the little one or pet, and 2 ladybugs revealing themselves, perhaps the sticking their foot in a socket and lighting up, or saying all the wrong things and told to zip it, or 2 who promised to take care of their pet while the parent was at work or the other person was at work, and the Knight of Swords reversed with the Page of Pentacles reversed may be starting over in love twice or on 2 different timelines, reaping rewards with romantic ties and perseverance at 8:32, the dance of the journey. So we have the Knight of Wands working to align with standing up for themselves and a third party. And then the Divine Feminine's heart justified, and seeing that the Divine Feminine's heart is justified in a codependency with their twin flame, because obviously they're attached to them, working to align with the Queen of Wands upright, frustrated, after an energetic exchange or arrows of love, with the Hermit trying to get over the loss, the regret, the dependence and powerlessness, with the 10 of Cups reversed emotional cycle so over, with the Queen of Swords third party losing their patience, their temper, or fallen angel, wounded warrior surrendering to issues at work, with ending pain and or a painful ending, betrayed, and the Empress reversed lashing out at the Hierophant, religion, establishment, or Taurus at 8:54, the dance of the Page of Swords or message, and the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community with dysfunction or loss, and the Knight of Wands reversed, player who may be falling short or destined, or maybe just destined to fall short, or maybe that's the way they're seeing it. The Queen of Swords ending an emotional cycle with Sagittarius, wounded warrior reversed, perhaps at work bleeding out with the Empress reversed and her dogma, the religion and societal status or norms, and the expectations of a marriage with dysfunction, and Saggy falling short of her destiny or what was promised, with Libra, Capricorn, and Justice of the Devil, and the twin flame working like an assembly line to keep the Queen of Wands happy without sex due to the energetic exchange with the Hermit, who may be sad and powerless, or dependent child who's feeling sadness, of the Queen of Swords mother as third party to fallen angel perhaps, with issues at work due to bleeding heart, the Empress reversed. And again, that could be a mother or boss who's a bleeding heart, but it's not good for the business, or who does whatever her religious leader tells her to do above the family, or is the leader of dysfunctional family, business, or community, or the leader of the flock, or Taurus reversed and Taurus upright here with the Knight of Swords reversed between them, and the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, and the Knight of Wands reversed between the Hierophant and their destiny, or Saggy Libra here at 9:03, the Hermit and the Empress, which is Taurus and Virgo. So the recent past here is the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and the imbalance, inequity of not sharing, or being left out in the cold, or left behind, or destitute, in exile, injured, or ill, or working on your craft, or to align and be present in the moment, and or to your gifts, of the Page of Pentacles in need of help or a missed opportunity, to dump a load or your burdens or all your responsibilities, in order to confess to the Page of Cups reversed, or about a rejection or vulnerability, to the King of Swords, who's connected to the Queen of Wands, who may be looking the other way, or keeping an eye on the world, the Divine Feminine, or Pisces, or her neighbor or neighborhood, maybe she's nosy, or standing guard of the King of Wands presently, dumping multiple loads or emotional attachments with final judgment here, announcement or wake-up call, or just calling with no response, or all or negative immature response. So it could be no response at all, or a negative immature response, or lying, spying, and rumors, and the silent treatment. Again, in a adult relationship that was coming up in the show last night about those, instead of staying to work it out, they go out and go get drunk or stay out all night to punish the other person. So the Aquarius child out of control here, along with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, all unhappy with a lot of work between them not done, or that's too heavy for them to do if they're young. Or it could be that the King of Swords upright and the Page of Swords reversed and pets are making a mess, and the Queen of Wands and King of Wands are working as a unit but looking opposite ways, or a totem present. Or the King of Swords lawyer or professional representative between the Page of Cups reversed and the Queen and King of Wands here, or the kids here on strike. Or kids wanting protection from the Queen of Wands upright, with the King of Wands kind of hiding behind her, not showing his face, and the foundation here of the Lovers reversed or Gemini reversed, and the Devil codependencies or Capricorn temptation with Gemini in their chart, or in a breakup without affection and reaping rewards in a standoff with the enemy trying not to provoke them. With the King of Pentacles upright, with home or celebration, feeling surrounded by a negative element, who all just want something from him or are trying to bleed him dry, perhaps over trying to retire, or with a house or marriage on the chopping block. The central energy being the Six of Cups, loving children or inner children or soul ties, past life happy memories of sunshine, vacation, exposure, perhaps happy memories of naked little bodies running around the house when your kids were little, at 9:22 of the Hermit and the Fool's Journey. And now frustrated or abused, not aroused or not humored, not understanding or conceiving or being able to conceive of, ending up hanging out to dry or rejected, jealous or seen as a schmoozer with the world at their feet, and the seated divine feminine or the sealed divine feminine with Pisces upright and Leo upright here and Capricorn upright, or the Page of Cups reversed with the King of Swords and the King and Queen of Wands here. And in this read, all four aces are reversed. So there's no new starts today. So with the Knight of Cups reversed, Pisces with Leo and Capricorn, the Six of Cups is complete with each other, needing nothing else but without affection from the Page of Wands reversed and the Sovereign reversed, which can be siblings here. And the challenge being the Emperor, adding fuel to this fire, pushing their buttons, or dumping on the Four of Wands home or family, or pushed to their emotional limit, purging, overwhelmed, or sweating it out in a breakup. With the Emperor upright, able to choose a path with new information now about a home or family inequity, or perhaps the equity of the home, and giving up, or surrendering in a breakup or lack of affection, or holding on to what they got. With Dark Knight upright, the nightmare or death, ending, transition, and trying to end the suffering in silence, the stress, the sister issue, or Scorpio upright and Gemini reversed with Aries upright here, perhaps after a jealous rage of Scorpio, or wounded warrior reversed, Leo, or strong-arming tactics to get the boar or the beast to drink the water, no longer obsessing and powerless to narcissistic Hierophant or old man, Taurus, dissatisfied or arrogant with the King of Pentacles, walking away from the Page of Cups reversed, or rejection, or vulnerability, or a spoiled child, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, in deception of the Emperor. Or the Page of Cups and Knight of Pentacles perhaps are feeling rejected or entitled to block the Emperor from getting up early or getting to work early, or they are just slowing him down and he needs to get to work, or maybe they're trying to slow him down so he'll spend time with them. And now here's the Nine of Pentacles reversed, a dependent child, or someone who's spending too much or making a big purchase. Perhaps powerless, though, or a loss of power, money, and independence where they were independent before, and standing up for themselves to those who won't get out of their way. The Nine of Cups reversed, dissatisfied, or with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, stuck, and the broken Nine of Cups reversed, unable to detach. The Page of Swords entitled with feathers in their cap to reap rewards and come clean, or clean up their act or space and hold their sharp tongue. The Page of Swords reversed may be losing their temper easily, or lying and spying, or spreading rumors, or with a potty mouth. With Sagittarius reversed feeling entitled, and Cancer reversed feeling broken, perhaps both independent but don't like being without each other. There could be a wake-up call here about the 5D connection, being sneaky but then walking away, powerless to advances of the King of Wands' affections, lying in a split or divide without peace. Perhaps they messed up or dropped the ball. They dropped the act or breaking patterns without peace. With issues at work and the King of Swords getting over a loss, regret, or unable to function, or blocked by the Knight of Pentacles reversed in a deception, with the Star reversed and depression, loss of hope or arrogance, or the King of Swords with Aquarius in his chart, perhaps Cancer in his chart as well, or ending the pain or painful ending, with the Knight of Swords reversed third party and Aquarius in their chart, or is just depressed here, with the Knight of Swords reversed, the Page of Cups and Knight of Pentacles reversed here as well. So at 9:47, the Hermit and the Seven of Cups all have been deceiving the Emperor here, or the Knight of Pentacles and Sovereign, both reversed, may be fighting due to rejection, or a younger child or pet that likes one of the kids better than the other. And soon here is the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, with dysfunction and inequity of the Wounded Warrior reversed and their surrender to the energetic exchange, or the arrows of love, or just lots of communication or travel back and forth, with Justice or Libra, or lots of, just like I said, communication and travel, with energy of arrows of love as well, and Justice or Libra, or the divorce is final and released from prison, dumped or dumping multiple loads, pushing buttons, or pushed to their emotional limit, and the Page of Wands inspired by a breakup or lack of affection, feeling free now to leap, and at the same time ready to stand in their truth to anyone at any moment at 9:51, the Hermit and the King of Swords. So Libra, Aries upright, Gemini reversed here, and then the twin flames seeing themselves as the shadow upright, or Capricorn, with the Queen of Cups upright focused on their heart and freeing themselves from a marriage, religion, establishment, dogma, societal norms, the institution, and perhaps the guidance system outside of oneself, where you always have to be strong and tame the beast, with the whole world out there, the sealed divine feminine, Pisces, and a secret passion, and the Ten of Cups here with the High Priestess reverse and the Empress reverse mother, or perhaps a grandmother and their sister both in lack and always depending on the Pisces and Libra to support them, with Capricorn and Aries and Taurus, Leo, Pisces, Libra upright, but also Taurus and Pisces reversed, the shadow of love and freedom here, responsibility, society, strength, and pets, the world, the neighborhood, the religious old women, or those who expect the world and destiny to do as they say or to protect them without lifting a finger to help themselves at 9:57, the Hermit and the Three of Swords. So staying optimistic comes up here, as well as express your love. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Seven of Cups reversed, coming back downstairs or repeating steps, no longer confused or releasing temptation, with good news and leading the way to the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, about the Two of Cups connection, with the King of Cups reversed, the King of Wands upright, and the Knight of Wands reversed, which can be a player. If they don't like it, they can fall by the wayside here, according to the King of Wands, at 10 o'clock on the nose, lots of zeros backing up the Magician embodiment. So the block here is the Ace of Swords reversed, the lies, the split, the divide, the need for clarity and the truth, of unhappy family, or the ending of an emotional cycle of manipulation and insecurity and lack of tools, the inability to manifest despite the Page of Wands with inspiration, with moderation and change, but even more so here is leadership abilities, hanging out with hostage, inspecting every inch, and tying up their hands or putting an end to the avoid dance, releasing themselves from anxiety, prison, or stress. The Knight of Swords reversed, the Page of Cups reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the deception of the Emperor on a quest, perhaps rendering him powerless or making them dependent on them. Perhaps the Queen of Pentacles is withholding on the Emperor's advice from the King of Pentacles, perhaps who has the house. And the King of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles, and she with the inheritance, perhaps the King of Pentacles is fighting for inheritance to go to the kids instead of the spender parent, or trying to convince the father-in-law to gift directly to the grandchildren so that he can have access to their funds. So that can be coming up as well. So the 10 at 10:09, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit, this somebody could also be hiding income in children's accounts, like college accounts and things like that. Or the Emperor was really good to the King of Pentacles when he was alive, so he can't really say anything about the settlement here because he knows what was given to him from the other party's family. Perhaps released in dependency or dysfunctional family, free to be lovers out in the cold now with a secret passion, dumping a load or burdens or responsibilities with or on the Queen of Cups, perhaps with Scorpio in their chart, or after a sudden event, epiphany, or sex, and the Page of Pentacles reversed and Lovers reversed in a web of addiction and confusion, or not sharing with the Six of Cups soul tie, the kids, the memories, challenged by the Emperor, control, and dysfunctional family in a split or lies, or dependent, powerless, released from a prison, their anxieties, or free with a download to the crown, with the Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave, perhaps in exile, as the secret passion dumping on the Queen of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles reversed, not sharing the inequity, the debt, the scam, with the Knight of Swords reversed in a breakup, or in a lack of affection, with Gemini or Virgo reversed here, and the Six of Cups with happy memories, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, but challenged by the Emperor's control on counting on their dependency on him. The shadow of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community of dysfunction, and using their money to control their family dynamic, repeating cycles and patterns and classes and patterns, and meeting each other at a low vibe instead of allowing them to rise up and be equal. Lying, divide, split, hiding the truth of release from obligations, stress, anxiety, and imprisonment of any kind, finally feeling free in exile, right? Even though you're in exile, finally feeling free, perhaps with a secret passion and dumping loads and burdens and responsibilities on the Queen of Cups, who's focusing on being a loving person at 10:28, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 28 of the Two of Wands, choice of path, or twin flames. So there are your reads today. It's 107.33. The Magician, the 7 of the Chariot, and the 33 of the Christ vibration, unity consciousness, and it's 5:05 on the clock. So space between the two fives of freedom. All right, let's just pull a few oracle cards, see what comes up. I'm just going to pull an energy deck card. Maybe we'll pull an animal card today from my animal oracle deck. Okay, so from the energy deck, somebody might be getting x-rays or getting back x-rays today as well. All right, so a clump just came up here together. We have the 14 of the Caring Connection, which is also the Temperance card of patience and balance, that higher love. We also have attachment here of letting go of the mask, the attachments, the 5 of freedom here, again, of taking the mask off in the relationship. And then here's the family dynamic of the 4 and the Emperor. So there we have the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Temperance card of the patient angel. And then here we have the 8 of the indecision and the dance between the masculine and the feminine. Okay, so we have the 5 and 4 is 9 with the 8 here. So the 8 to the 9 is going backwards. So again, don't go down in vibration to meet somebody else at their level. Let them rise to your higher vibration. And sometimes that takes patience because you have to wait for them to do it. You have to be willing to do that. Instead of, it's like a teacher being impatient with their student. You have to let the student learn it and come to test and get to that level, as opposed to going down to their level and lowering your vibration. It's the same kind of energy here. Let them learn for themselves. So here's the Caring Connections, the removing of the mask to be free from attachments, the happiness of the family here perhaps. And the Emperor is upright in the read today, So finding happiness within the family, whether it's with your children or partner or both. And again, looks like there's a connection here separately that's being worked on here of patience and balance and that higher love. Removing the mask, allowing the happiness with family, and that can be too in a divorce, allowing the children to love both families. And then again, someone may be struggling with a decision here with that Two of Wands energy. And we also have this card here too. Make sure you know what you value, okay? So someone's having trouble making a decision because they haven't really looked at themselves and what's most important to them in their life. What do you value? If you know what you value, then you can make that decision. So if you can't make a decision, rest on it. Don't make a decision that day until you're sure of what you want. Be patient. The dance of manifestation of dreams and the knowing what you value of chaos here, right? When life is chaos, what does your life come down to? So think about that. When you're in that chaotic state of something really emergent happening, what's the first thing that you look toward? What is it that you truly value? Right? Is it security? Is it freedom? Is it relationship? Is it work? What is it that you value? Is it your children? Your pets? What is it? And it can be multiple things. But what don't you value? What do you not? Maybe that's a place to start. What don't you value? And then the bottom of the deck is all tied up. So again, here's the King of Wands. And this card comes up a lot, right? Someone who's all tied up, playing coy. This isn't just someone saying, I'm in prison. This is someone playing a game in this card. In other decks, no. But this card, she's playing coy. She's pretending like she can't do it for herself so that somebody else will do it. And the same with this card. I mean, look at her face. That's not a happy, nice person. She's very cold. It's the 15 of the Devil card here. But it's yet around appreciation. Is someone showing you appreciation that's not true intention? Are you showing appreciation that's not real? Get real with yourself and find out what's authentic to you. Don't play games with people. This is the King of Wands saying they're all tied up, but they have every intention of doing exactly what they want to do. Right? If you want to do it, you'll do it. There's no point in making excuses. You do what you want to do. And if you didn't do the right thing when you were doing what you wanted to do, well, what does that say about you? What is it in you that wasn't being true to yourself? All right, let's try that animal deck. I haven't used that in a while. So here's the animal deck there with the cat. All right. This, oh look, the magician, the mirror's behind them too. This could be kids, you know, playing their parents. Okay. Or it could be a man with two women. There's also could be a son here, or this is someone discovering their new found mission here, right? The thinking man. And then here we have the magician. This could be a father and son, or that maybe this is the same person. But there's, you know, this could be children playing the father as well. Like, what do you want from me? Like, do it for yourselves. But I can't. We all have those traits, you know. I can't, I don't want to. But you know you love me best, right? Or, but thank you, I so appreciate you. So that they'll just do what you want. Nobody can manipulate you unless you let them manipulate you. You have to do only what you want to do. It doesn't matter what they say and how they say it. Do you want to do it or don't you want to do it? It doesn't matter how they project it to you. You have to be strong and stand up for yourself. And don't lie to yourself. All right, here. This came right up. The moon, the lynx. Okay, so here's the moon. This one says, we have the butterfly in there too, so it's that freedom aspect comes up here too. It says it's important to trust your intuition, even if you're unsure what's happening. All will be revealed soon, so worry is unnecessary. So the links here is just very much relaxing under the moon, right? When you don't have all the information because the moon is shady, it's not clear on everything. But it's also a romantic time to just kind of hang out. Perhaps romance yourself. It's important to trust your intuition, even if you're unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon, so don't worry, basically. That worry is unnecessary, and it just stresses you out. So allow yourself to be free, even when things aren't all clear, like when the moon is out. And then here we have the Ten of Summer. And they're being very huggy there, very sweet. The Ten of Summer is the prairie dogs. Oh, look at the babies. There's 4 babies here. And mommy and daddy who are kissing. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family or close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage as well as raising happy, balanced children. So whatever your dynamic is, it doesn't have to be the way the picture depicts it. But there's 2 adults and 4 children in the picture there. Okay? And then we have kittens here too. The 7 of Summer. I'll put the light on, sorry about that. The 7 of Summer here. This one says Maine Coon Kitten. They're very cute. It's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. Okay? So whatever your situation is, no matter how many people, take it easy. It's all good. You're relaxing, you're expressing your love and appreciation, and making a decision that you know you want to make. Just listen to your heart. The bottom of the deck is the Sun with the bluebird. Okay. And I just did my little bluebird video with my song the other day. The bluebird, your plans will work out well to bring you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. Okay, this is the underlying energy. So all will work out well. Beneath it is the lovers, guys. The flamingos. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. And then you have the bluebird of happiness. Your plans will work out, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. Is the underlying energy. And then there's one more card that came up here. Is the 9 of Summer of the Pomeranian dog. And this one says, now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still yet to come. And just enjoy. All these pictures are about just enjoying the present moment. They're so cute. Okay. I hope that was helpful to you. So make sure about your water, your rest, your joy, and your nature. Do what you're guided to do, and rise and be love and rise. Bye, guys.